Guys, it's your boy Benny. It is the Christmas season, and so I bring you tidings of great joy. It is now illegal to be a criminal migrant in the state of Texas. Now, it's amazing that we have to get to this point, but Texas just passed a law that makes it illegal to cross their border, and you will go to jail for 20 years if you do. Texas shares the longest land border with Mexico, so this should hopefully help out quite a bit with illegal immigration. Now, of course, illegal criminal migrants are still criminals in America. All you need is a federal government that enacts its own laws. It is illegal based on the 1964 immigration law and the ratification of that law by people like Joe Biden. Joe Biden signed the ratification of the Immigration Act. It says that you cannot enter the country illegally. It says that you are a criminal and you are a felon as you remain here. But Joe Biden just refuses to enforce that. Somebody's going to have to explain to me how that's possible, how the government can pass laws and then just not enforce any of them. But nonetheless, it falls to Texas to stand up, and Texas did it. Texas takes on Biden. Greg Abbott enacts sweeping new powers, allowing cops to arrest criminal migrants and boot them back to Mexico, setting up showdown with the White House. 20 years in prison if you are caught being an illegal criminal migrant in the state of Texas. Good for you. This is Greg Abbott signing that bill. This is what it looks like on the border, the unending deluge, mass of humanity pouring into our border, breaking our laws, and changing our country forever. This is what it looks like. This is a crisis. This is a crisis. A lot of single young males coming in to the country. God help us. No families. You always hear it's women and children. Don't see many women and children there. The federal government has actually been working on tearing down the walls that Texas has put up. So Texas will put up a wall or put up some barbed wire, and the federal government will go through and tear it down in violation of their own laws. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why they tear down the walls is because, well, Joe Biden wants people like this to come in and vote for him.
Love you, Joe Biden. Thank you for everything, Joe Biden. I'm a good person. I want to be a good person here in the United States.
I love you, Joe Biden. Thank you for everything, Joe Biden. I'll be a good person here in the United States. That person said, I have no idea who that person is. I know that you're not a good person. I know that you've broken our laws to come here. Therefore, by definition, you're not a good person. This is, of course, receiving the typical feedback that you would expect from the left. Democrats say that Greg Abbott wants to kill migrants. They want to die. They want everyone to die. No, the people who want to harm migrants are the people who opened the borders in the first place, allowing for the greatest human smuggling and human trafficking operation in American history. Joe Biden is the world's largest human smuggler. Democrats claim Texas governor wants to kill migrants as new law allows cops to arrest border crossers and send them back to Mexico. This would, of course, naturally be the next end result for the people who hysterically scream, no matter what you do. Remember net neutrality? Repealing net neutrality was going to kill people, and everyone was going to die, and the world was going to end. Imagine living inside of like a world with like such unmoored, unrestrained hysterics.
Very concerned because the Republicans have never gotten immigration right. That's just the fact of it. There's not very much that the Republicans get right in general. And so to basically say that issues of national security as it relates to how we're going to take care of our allies should be tied to this mangled immigration process is absolutely insane. I mean, when you look at somebody like Greg Abbott, my governor, and his solution is to basically say, hey, we're going to kill people that are trying to come in. Like, that's not a solution. Like the Republicans.
We're going to kill people who are going to try and come in. What was interesting here is that the people who are looking to kill us are the people on the terrorist watch list. Special interest aliens is what they call them, but it's terrorists. Thousands of terrorists from countries with known terror activities are being arrested by Border Patrol as they cross into America illegally. How many don't we catch? Joe Biden isn't serious about this. You can see here all of the countries that have criminal aliens with connections to terrorist groups coming into our country. Turkey, 30,000. Syria, 500,000. Yemen, 139,000. Iraq, 123,000. 123, sorry. Iran? 659 people from Iran with terrorist connections have come into the country. That's not a good idea. Afghanistan, 6,300 people. Yeah. Those are individuals who want innocent people to die. The people who are allowing that. Oh, and by the way, as much as Jasmine Crockett, who is from Texas, shockingly enough, and called Texas a deplorable state. So, Dallas, what the hell are you doing voting for this lunatic? Jasmine Crockett is on the wrong side of history here, the polls show.
He's announcing there were more than 232,000 migrant encounters at the southern border in August, the highest monthly total this year. The president says his policies are working.
We put in place policies that process people in a fair and fast way.
But our poll shows only 23% approve of his handling of the situation, another career low.
Okay, so Democrats don't like it when Democrats destroy the country they live in. And you can tell how prickly they are about this issue, and you can tell how dirty and scummy these people are in the way that they speak about the border and about immigration. Kamala Harris is the border czar. Kamala Harris, cringe. Do you visit the border? Yes, we've been to the border. We've been to the border. You haven't been to the border. And I haven't been to Europe. I don't understand the point you're making. Well, the point we're making is that there isn't an uncontrolled flow of immigrants from Europe. There's an uncontrolled flow of immigrants through our southern border from countries that are on the terrorist watch list. Kamala Harris, when asked about this, proves to you exactly how guilty, I guess, that's probably not the right word, but guilty they are in this, the greatest criminal trafficking operation in human history.
I'm going to go to the border. And
when are you going to the border, Vice President?
The administration has asked. I'm not finished. I've said I'm going to the border.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Well, what would she see if she went down to the border? She'd see the Texas governor signing a bill to make it illegal to enter Texas. And man, I hope that they're building new prisons because you're going to have a lot of people to throw in there. This is what every single border state should do. Good on you, Greg Abbott.
It's latest, Greg.
Steve, good morning. And we have talked so much about these images you're looking at. And I want to take you back there because it's different today, Steve, because this president, this DHS secretary, this vice president, this administration is allowing the Border Patrol to be pushed to a breaking point in ways it has never been before. Right now, you are looking at a record number. CBP sources on the ground right there that you're looking at say this is an unmitigated disaster. They are processing and transporting more than 4,500 migrants there right now with 5,300 in custody. Their capacity is over 260. But this is the point, Steve. There's only about 20 Border Patrol agents dealing with these numbers right there. That is a 200-to-1 ratio. How do you expect 20 men and women who signed up to support and defend the border to process upwards of 10,000 migrants at a time? That is the third of the entire population of Eagle Pass at 10,000. Now, border-wide sources across the entire southwest border tell Fox News there were more than 12,600 encounters border-wide, which is a new record. There's 3,000 plus in Tucson in the last 24 hours. Bill Malhusian says they're seeing a lot of Africans again this morning. This is why Texas Governor Greg Abbott, fed up with inaction from the federal government, signed a new Texas Senate Bill 4, making it illegal to enter Texas, making it a crime. Watch.
Biden's deliberate inaction has left Texas to fend for itself. The authors of the United States Constitution foresaw a situation when the federal government would be inattentive to states that faced challenges at their borders. And in response, they inserted Article 1, Section 10 to the United States Constitution to empower states to take action to defend themselves.
Key components of the bill: up to 6 months in jail or $2,000 fine for first-time conviction, up to 20 years in prison for a second-time conviction. Police must transport them to a port of entry after serving their sentence, and they could face a felony charge for refusing to return to Mexico. This bill takes effect in March. We'll see if Attorney General Merrick Garland will try and sue to stop it from taking effect. But as you take one last look, it's not just another picture of another large group. This is a picture of a Border Patrol force that is facing a breaking point. 4,500 plus migrants you're looking at right there, and 20 agents being asked to deal with it after already dealing with an exhausting and overwhelming situation that we showed you all last week. Lawrence?
Yeah. So much complaining about the buses going all over the country. We deal with that in like about 5 minutes in the state of Texas. I'm glad to see what the governor is doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't have a country without a border. If you have no security and no knowledge as to who's entering your country, you don't have a country. Do we have a country, or are we just an economic zone? Do we have a country, or are we just an LLC, an S corp, a shell company? Does America mean something, or is this just a plaything for the oligarchs? That's a big question, and probably the most important one for the 2024 election. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay salty, stay free, and stay legal.